For some of you, the winter season means hunkering down, staying indoors, and keeping warm. You want to wait until the summer season to spread your wings and feel some freedom. But that is not the case for one British Columbia biker. He cannot wait until summer. And so he is traveling across Canada on his motorcycle in the winter. Sound kind of crazy? Well, it's not really. Our first local reporter, Ian Bonnell, spoke with this adventure seeker about the obstacles he's encountered and the popularity he's gained along the way. Let's check it out.
That's actually part of my 1150 adventure guard that I have made. I wanted to do it on the 1150, so I took the middle part and then I did the wings just for that bike and just adapted it to it.
They call him the Iceman, and for good reason. Victoria, BC's Paul Mondor is traveling across Canada in the middle of winter on his motorcycle. He has no particular reason or agenda other than, why not?
I remember one day just looking at the map at home, and I've done cross-country many times. I'm looking at it, and somehow, I don't know why, the thought came, winter, that'd be fun. That was it.
Just because nobody's done it before?
At that point, I don't even know that.
Right.
At that point, I don't even know that. I said, oh, that'll be fun. And then it just took a year to prepare.
And there was a lot to prepare.
But I knew I had to find out about weather patterns, statistics, reaction of motor oil, windshield factor, how the skin reacts, how your metabolic system reacts. How do I have to nourish myself? How important is water? What kind of tires? So on and so forth, so on and so forth. So I had a lot of people to contact. Shell Canada, Canada's Weather Office, DOT, RCMP. Is it legal? Right. Am I going to get pulled over? ICBC that registers my bike, insurance-wise, medical-wise. So that was a lot of research for the possibility of the trip being done. Myself, I'm a stubborn French-Canadian. I just go.
And go he did. From the Rockies, through the prairies, and through every kind of weather our country can produce.
From Vancouver to Hope was fine. It was absolute rain. And as soon as I hit Hope and I started climbing, and I got to Hell's Gate around that area, snow was everywhere, then icy patches, black ice and curves. Then I got to Calgary, it warmed up a little bit, the road cleared up. Then I hit the prairies and then the cold hit. Minus 25, minus 30 in Winnipeg. I made from Swift Current to Winnipeg in one day, 900 clicks. The temperature never dipped above minus 21. I put my sensor in the front of my bike, it was minus 61. With the windshield factor progressively, and by the time I hit Wawa, it was an absolute nightmare. They closed the Trans-Canada right behind me. I couldn't see anything. The wind was blowing me away on the side, left to right. I couldn't slow down my bike with fishtail. I couldn't brake. I couldn't downshift. I couldn't see a darn thing. And then somehow I got hooked up behind a logging truck who waved at me to follow him. And I followed him to Sault Ste. Marie, and I don't think I would have made it without that truck. And then the rest of Ontario was mighty cold, bare, icy patches, and I made good time to Ottawa, North Bay, and then made it to Montreal.
He withstood the elements and made it through 6 provinces. Then he hit New Brunswick.
Yeah, as I was getting to close to the exit, and I wanted to get off in Woodstock, an RCMP cruiser will first of all pull me over. And for the sake of pure ears, I won't say what he said, but he basically said when he got out of his truck, "What the heck are you doing in that crap?" So started chatting, blah blah. Shook my hand. He said, "I'm going to escort you to the Best Western." So he escorted me to the Best Western. Ooh, that was cool. He gets out of his truck, shakes my hand. Good luck. So I called BMW roadside assistance, and turns out that at Atlantic Motorplex, where we're at right now, turns out that the cold over time had caused condensation in my airbox, clogged the air return from the engine. It caused back pressure in the engine, and then it blew the cap off the oil vent on the engine case. That's all it was. Too cold.
Right.
Down but not out, Paul spent a couple of days getting repairs in Moncton. This gave him a chance to update his blog, which has garnered national attention.
And on the 1st of January, when I took off, it went from 18,000 hits to over 64,000 hits, and it's been climbing steadily. And after that, every day when I was stopping, I had emails, private messages, people offering their homes, houses. I had people sending me the keys to their house prior to me leaving, for me to just stop if they were not there, use the facilities, the kitchen, whatever, garage. And it just went from one thing to another. And as soon as I hit pretty much North Bay, then it just exploded. The newspaper were there. They were waiting for me when I was meeting a bunch of people I would have never met otherwise with their families, and they interviewed me and took pictures, and then it ended up in all the papers, even in the Globe and Mail in Vancouver, in Victoria, the Vancouver Sun, and by the time I'm hitting Montreal, TQS, the Montreal TV station, wants me to do an interview. They film me on the road. The local newspaper was there in the same day, and as I'm getting east, it's just growing and growing, and it's
how does that make you feel?
Yeah, I can't put it in words. It's the only word I can come with. It's humbling. That's the only thing I can think. It's thankful is not the word. Bless is not the word. It is, but it's not enough. It's a ride to me, and somehow it became everybody's ride, and this alone is absolutely fantastic.
And what does Paul plan to do when he finally gets to his destination in Cape Spear, Newfoundland?
I don't drink, but I think I'll have some screech. just for the hell of it.
In Moncton, I'm Ian Bonnell for First Local.